Yeah, I was definitely. Yeah, I don't like the cold. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was definitely in because it's a great story. It's, great human story, adult story, and the dog survives. You know what I'm saying? It's lovely. But no, I was definitely in. I thought, and I was so excited to work with Kate. You know what I mean? Like she's such an amazing actor, and I couldn't think of anyone else.
Shush.
No, it was my idea to bring Kate. And I couldn't think of anyone else that would be able to really peel the onion back about, this woman on this mountain who, falls in love with this stranger. And, Kate's lived in, I'm lived in. We both had, experiences of relationships, and you needed someone that was going to be really honest about what they could bring. You know what I mean? And so I was super excited about it. Super excited.
I was too. I mean, I read the script and I just thought, okay, this is a whole other level of challenge, not just because of the cold, not just because of the mountainside and the fact that we would be doing all of this ourselves and no special effects and etc. But to put two people together and to ask an audience to care enough to watch the entire film, I did think, okay, this is a whole other level of better bring it, we better seriously bring it and stay in the game and make sure that we're being truthful, because I think you can't trick an audience with something like this. You can't trick them. It wouldn't be fair. And you can't make stuff up that doesn't feel real. And we became our own logic police, and we would say it every day. We'd say, okay, we'd look at the scenes for the day and we would go through what felt believable and what absolutely would just never happen. And we were kind of ruthless about that, and it was very much a Kate and Idris thing, So often we'd end up creating a scene that was never on the page at all, and still isn't, because we came up with it in the spur of the moment, based on wanting something to feel as authentic to the moment and the environment as possible. And it was great to have that. It was great that we had the kind of relationship that we did, that we were able to listen to one another and we were able to adapt to each other's way of, and trust each other's ways of doing things, which actually were quite different, I think, initially. It was an amazing experience. It was all amazing.
Now, I feel like your character, Alex, really lucked out because she got a doctor to crash with. But your character, you kind of got a nosy journalist. So you guys talk about that dynamic of bringing those two together, because one's very kind of closed off and one's kind of very open about it.
Yeah, that's the great, I think what the script has done well is the arc of the two that, because I think when you start watching this movie, I think you're going to yourself, this is romance? How do they, they're so different. And what was the truth that we found, and the director, is like, to pull them together really meant peeling back, especially for my character, who was very guarded, and had a big secret that he was holding, and he couldn't speak about that. And so that was a really beautiful journey for me to play as an actor, that I trust this woman to help me deal with some grief I was dealing with. And I think, what Kate and Idris needed to do was to make that relatable for every single member of the audience, male, female, whatever, that they could relate to, these people falling in love, whether could they trust each other. And, we couldn't make just a bog standard romance. It just would have been too cheesy, and I have to say, some of the words in the original script were on the nose, and Kate and I really, as she says, logic police, but then put us on top of a mountain, minus 38, and some of those words we didn't have to say. Alex and Ben came alive on their own validity of the environment,
Now, my last question, I know you talked a little about there was no special effects at all. So what was that toughest challenge of having to endure this cold? Because throughout the film, I felt cold. I felt like I needed a jacket watching this.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, actually. A lot of people say, God, I was shivering. I think, wow, that's okay, that's good. So it worked. Okay, good, excellent. Every day was a challenge, and I think every day we learn something new about what it's like to be that cold and to be that high up. And because the air is so thin at 10,000 feet, actually what people kept saying to us, you'll get really dehydrated, so you need to make sure you drink a lot. And it's, it's a little bit harder to breathe, for some people up there. But actually the reality is, if you have to move at pace with any degree of effort in minus 38 at 10,000 feet, your chest burns, it burns you. And I think for us both, we felt that, every day. And you use so much more energy. You can get away with eating as much as you like because you just burn it all off the whole time. And And knowing how to dress yourself, knowing how to take care of oneself, was very much, it really was survival. There were no sort of actor special warming tents or, treats on trays or special hot drinks. It was nothing. It was, okay, who's got any food? Literally who, ever, has the dog got any spare treats? Because I'll eat them, We didn't eat the dog treats, I just haven't hastened to add. But it was an extraordinary experience, and the camaraderie, I've never come across anything like it. Our wonderful Canadian crew, who I miss. I really miss them all. They were great people, all became great friends, and we couldn't have done it, I think, without that level of support and patience and guidance and all of the wonderful things that we had.